Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be covering slopes of lines and the equations of lines. So we're going to start with slope. So the slope is the change in y over the change in x of any 2 points on a line. So they have to be on the line. So you can write that as this is the change in y over the change in x. So it's like a little triangle next to y and a triangle next to x. And then slope is also represented by the letter m. So how to find slope is you use the 2 points. So you can have a point like x1, y1, and then x2, y2. So then you can label them so it helps you so you don't get it mixed up. And you do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is the same thing as the rise over the run, or the change in y over the change in x. So one example we have is the points 3, 7 and negative 2, 5. So I went ahead and already labeled x1, y1, x2, and y2, so it doesn't get complicated. I don't mix up the numbers. So we do y2 minus y1, so you do 5 minus 7, so we have 5 minus 7 there, and then negative 2 minus 3, so we have negative 2 minus 3, which then simplifies to negative 2 over negative 5, and then the negatives cancel out, so you get 2/5. So there are different types of slopes. We have a positive slope, which is when it's going upwards. A negative slope is when it's going downwards. A slope of 0 is when it's a horizontal line. And an undefined slope is when it's a vertical line. So we're going to do some examples. So we have the points negative 1, negative 3, and 4, 6. So I'm going to go ahead and label x1, y1, x2, and y2. I'm going to write my equation, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we have it there to look at. So our y2 is 6. So we have 6 minus our y1 is negative 3. So minus negative 3 over 4 minus negative 1. So this becomes 6 plus 3, which is 9. And then 4 plus 1 is 5. So our slope is 9/5. Okay? So now, making it a little more complicated. So this one, it's already found the slope for us, which is negative 5/2. But it wants us to find this x-coordinate. So we have our x1, y1, x2, y2. And what we're going to do is set it equal. So we're going to do negative 6 minus negative 1. Okay? Because that's our y2 minus y1 over x minus 4. And then that's how we find the slope. But it already told us our slope over here. So we're going to set it equal to that. Okay? So in the numerator here, we get negative 5, because negative 6 plus 1 is negative 5, over x minus 4 equals negative 5/2. So now we're going to cross multiply. Okay? So we get negative 10 equals negative 5 times x minus 4. Then we're going to distribute the negative 5. So we get negative 10 equals negative 5x plus 20. We're going to move the 20 to the other side. So subtract 20 from both sides to get negative 30 equals negative 5x. And then divide both sides by negative 5. So we get x equals 6. So that solved our thing for us. That's our answer. X equals 6, because that's what we're trying to find. So those are our two examples. So you can use, if you're already given the slope and then you're given one point and then a point with either the x or the y coordinate, you can find the other point. Or if you're given 2 points that are on a line, you can find the slope between them. And then lastly, we're going to go over how to write an equation of a line. So there's 2 different types. We have slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. And in this equation, m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So normally you'll be given the slope and the y-intercept and be asked to write the equation. Then here we have point-slope form, which is when you're given a point in the slope. So it's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So m right here is our slope again, and x1, y1 is the point on the line. So you normally be given the point in the slope, and then you can write the equation. And then if you multiply the m out to both of these, and then add y1 to the other side, you'll end up with this form of the equation. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, remember you can always put them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them for you.